Going on, Jerome's. Now that the Minnesota Vikings and superstar edge rusher Danielle, the real deal Hunter, have made amends, or at least a compromise for one season. By the way, every time I see Danielle, it reminds me I should probably go work out. But now the question is, what is Danielle going to do in 2023 as he's in a contract year and in the new Brian Flores defense? What is his production going to be? Well, we put it out to you, the people, the Jeromes. 5,900 of y'all voted, and the question was, Danielle Hunter, over under 14.5 sacks this season. And 48% said over and were courageous, and 52% were cowards and said under. So pretty damn close, a coin flip. And I purposely went with 14.5 because A, it's a high number, averaging a little less than one sack a game. B, if I would have said 10.5, I think easily people hammer the over. If I go like 17.5, people easily hammer the under. But 14.5 is pretty damn sexy. And also, Danielle's career high is 14.5 that he set in back-to-back years, 2018, 2019, after he signed his extension, by the way, so he didn't pull a Hainsworth and sign a new deal and then get all fat and happy. But Danielle Hunter is still one of the best edge rushers in the game, and again, proved that he's healthy from the herniated disc in his neck from 2020. The pec was a one-off issue, was fully healthy last year. So here's what I get. Like, people rip on Danielle because of his health, even though he played all 18 games last year, but I digress. So it's okay, man. But about half of you guys believe, half don't. But also, I mean, if Danielle ends up with 13.5 for 14 sacks, that's still a pretty damn good season, man. And the reason I believe beyond Danielle is this man. This guy. Somewhere Brian Flores is smiling because he is going to bring the heat. He's going to make 99 the focal point. And I do think that there's a good shot that he does hit over 14.5. And I think this Vikings defense is going to take a huge step forward in terms of pass rush production. Because why over 14.5? So number one, like we said, Flores is going to make him the focal point. He's going to be the talisman. He's going to be attacking. And the thing that Flores said at his impromptu presser on Monday was he is going to put his players where they feel most comfortable. And where Danielle feels most comfortable throughout his NFL career, left side, strong side, hand the dirt defensive end at a 4-tech, 5-tech, wide 9, anywhere in there. And that's where he's going to be. And again, we said this a bunch, but it's amazing that Danielle Hunter put up the numbers that he did. He was the youngest player ever to 50 sacks in NFL history, and he did all that primarily rushing from the left side of the defense, a.k.a. Not the blind side. So he's not coming from the quarterback's coming off left tackle and rushing on the quarterback's blind side, but he's rushing the quarterback generally because quarterbacks are right-handed, that you can see right through him, as well as you can see with the tight end, as well as a fullback usually in there, man. So the fact that Danielle Hunter did all that was pretty damn amazing. Number two, more time in his natural position, like we said. Flores is going to put his guys where they make the most sense. Again, bad coaches just jam their players into their scheme. Good players assess what they have and then build and cater their scheme to them. And that's exactly what Flores is going to do. And number three, less pass coverage snaps. So Danielle had 2 pass coverage reps in 2021, the final year of Zimmer. He had 34 last year in the only season under Donatell. And even though the Vikings are, reportedly from Flores, going to stick with a 3-man front, a 4-3, Danielle dropping the coverage, Flores says he likes him moving forward versus moving backwards, and I agree. Number 4, Davenport rise on the opposite side. So you got Marcus Davenport, the big-time free agent, 1 year, $13 million, former first-round pick, 9 sacks in 2021, 9, only had half last year, but the potential is there. The physical tools are there. Can he stay healthy? Can he still be that guy? We'll see, man. But I also do think that if Danielle is taking a lot of double teams and a lot of attention away from Davenport on the other side, I think that's going to be a huge bonus for numero 0. And then number 5, increased blitzing. So the Vikings are going to bring that heat. Flores, in his final 2 years in Miami, his teams were number 2 in the league in blitzing behind Baltimore both seasons. So they're going to bring heat. They're going to create more chances. And that's the whole thing, too. I mean, with sacks, there's a degree of puck luck. That's why pressures is more important. How often are you getting towards the quarterback? How often are you moving the quarterback off the spot? Because overall, that creates chances for the team. And you'll see it sometimes where an edge rusher will do all the work. They'll force the quarterback up in the pocket, and then the quarterback will just fall into the lap of a nose tackle. And the nose tackle gets the sack. The edge rusher only gets a pressure, but the edge rusher essentially created that. But the nose tackle had cleanup on aisle 5. And it's okay. I mean, it all counts the same. And if the Vikings are getting pressure from Davenport on the other side, and if they're getting heat up the middle, forcing quarterbacks to move off the spot, I think that Danielle is really good at cleaning things up. Also, number 6, 17 games. So when Danielle had his back-to-back 14.5 sack seasons, obviously those were in the 16-game season era in 2018-2019. So the fact that he has one extra game could and should certainly help him. Also, contract year motivation. Now, I know people say, like, well, he should be motivated all the time because he's a professional and he just got paid and all that stuff. Yes, that is true and fair, but also, $20 million a year is nice. You know what's better? 25, 26, 27 million a year, whether it's with the Vikings or somewhere else. Danielle has a chance to get paid one last major contract because he's only going to be 29 next offseason. That is still in the thick THICC of his prime. And if he puts up a 110 pressure, 16.5 sack season, he's going to get all the money. He's going to get all the money, and rightfully so, man. But I do think that this is going to be beautiful. And like Danielle, like we said, doesn't need any extra motivation. As we pointed out, his back-to-back 14.5 sack seasons were after he signed his 5-year, $72 million extension. So I do think that you're going to get the best out of Danielle Hunter. And I think that he has a good chance of eclipsing that 14.5. I think the Vikings pass rush, they're going to have a lot of chances. They're going to be lethal. And I think 99 is going to be the talisman out there leading the way. But your thoughts are thoughts. Poll results. Will Danielle Hunter have over or under 14.5 sacks in 2023? Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.